This video is going to show you how to complete an apparatus repair request. It is actually essentially the same as doing it on the desktop version, but I'm going to show you how to do it on the iPad just to see what that interface looks like. So the first thing I'm going to do is click Apparatus Repair Request, which is right under that Hydrants and Boxes section. And that's going to give me a popover that looks just like the desktop version. From here, I'm going to choose the apparatus, and just for test sake, I'm going to choose E1. And then in the problem description, I'm just going to type something here. For your problem description, it is required, but this is going to be something similar to the headlights out, the tire blew, anything like that. You'll notice that the continue button still hasn't shown up even though we do have text in the field, and that's because it hasn't saved yet. So you actually need to tap anywhere else to save that text field. So I'm actually going to click where you see that gray continue. It's going to turn into a button in the future, but right now it's not, it's just text. So I'm going to click there, and that takes my cursor out of the field and allows my continue button to show up. So I'm going to click the continue button again, and that's going to create the entry for us. Now this entry is going to first create a notification email, and that notification email is going to automatically be sent when we click send to whoever is designated as the recipient. Usually that's a mechanic or a deputy or a chief. I don't have an email defined in System Setup, so if your to field is also blank, then that means you don't have a recipient defined either, and that would be a system item that we need to look at your setup. This notification does use Apple Mail on your iPad, so if you get an error message here instead of seeing this email, then that means your Apple Mail isn't set up correctly, so that's going to be another setup issue on your iPad that needs to be addressed. I am not going to send this email, so I'm going to actually just click continue and delete the draft. I don't want to save that. Otherwise, to send it, you would just click send, which was on the upper right hand side. So now you can see we have the apparatus maintenance request actually created. From the requester standpoint, we're totally done. We're just going to click close and we're finished. The mechanic can now open it and make changes. If you are the mechanic entering these records and you're just wanting to record information, then at this point you're going to click on that Service Details tab, which is right there in the bottom portal. You can see it's that middle tab, and that opened up all of the fields for us to be able to enter data. Now this is all controlled, so you have to be a mechanic to get to this tab. Everyone else can only see the repair order piece. We can see service details if you're a mechanic or a local admin. Once you have all of that, you can fill in all of these fields just like you can on the desktop version. So you've got a place for notes down here. You've got the service parts, so you can add in your parts there as well. You've got the mechanic, so you can record your own name and put in your hours. Service provider, also available, and you can edit those values. And then mileage, run hours, as you can see there as well. On the right-hand side there, we can see part usage history, which is a link, and that will allow us to see all the part usage. In these links, it looks like they may not actually work on the iPad version. Part Store does, the other two links do not. Now the reason that they don't, so let me just click close up there. The reason that part usage and maintenance history do not work is because the apparatus module is not available from the iPad. So if you click that link, you're not going to get anything show up there. But the Part Store link is available. You also can attach documents in those documents fields down below. Once you're finished with this, entering the information, you can also change the action. So up here at the top, if we're still working on it as the mechanic, I can say this is open, and that's going to show everyone that looks up these requests that I've already looked at it, I've entered information, we're ready, I'm working on it. You don't need to ask about it. Once you've entered everything and you're finished with the repair, then you can tap in there and say closed, and now that's going to show closed in the list of maintenance.